Going out.
I was part of Wing Shift for the last 25 years. I think I'm
for lighting.
ma'am.
But we must all.
Yeah, we all.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All medical people also.
Jointly. So one second.
Step in.
Ma'am, please. No.
But they have all the ladies that
You represent everyone. It's about 20 kilometers. In the city.
Yeah, because I'm on the road and always check it's the company on the board, but then I realized that it's good that. KBS. I used to
We had a review meeting.
Oh,
We all came.
okay.
The state bank. Oh. I will stay with
It's very comfortable. And
How was the service? So crowded.
it was
Manitola.
it's actually
But
good, very
the
good.
meeting is we get very busy. What is it?
Yeah.
We get lost. Without help, we can't get into the.
We like the land. We like the land.
Yes, I'm sure that somebody will instruct us to what to do.
చూసుకుంటారు ఇక్కడ మా ఇంత ಅವ್ರು ಇರೋಲ್ಲ
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Uma Sharma, Head Business HR and Talent Acquisition, and it is my great honor and an immense pleasure to welcome you all to today's inauguration ceremony. First and foremost, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to Ms. Geeta Nair, an independent director on our board, who has graciously accepted our invitation to be part of this event. Geeta ma'am is a finance professional with over 3 decades of global leadership experience with MNC banks, VC funds, and corporates. She has an extensive cross-functional expertise in corporate banking, risk and relationship management, investment banking, wealth management, and fundraising. She is the co-founder of Namaskar Ayurved, a luxury wellness startup, and has actively invested in media, brand-created startups. I would request Ms. Vali Shekhar, our Chief Sales and Collection Officer, Roshni Business, to kindly hand over the bouquet to Ms. Geeta. I am so very honored.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Geeta ma'am. Thank you so much, Vali ma'am. I'm profusely elated to take an opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to Mr. Chandrasekharan Ramakrishnan, an independent director on board. On behalf of the management, sir, we thank you for providing this gracious presence to join us in today's event. Chandra sir, a veteran in the field of information technology, was one of the members of the founding team in Cognizant in 1994. At the time of his retirement in March 2019, he was the executive vice chairman of Cognizant India and held various other leadership roles at the organization. In his exemplary career spanning over 3 decades, he was instrumental in expanding the company's global delivery footprints across the US, India, Europe, South America, the Philippines and China, and driving best-in-class delivery excellence at scale. Now I would request Mr. Anujay Saxena, our Chief Transformation Officer, to please share heartfelt thanks to serve and hand over the bouquet.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Mr. Chandrasekhar.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna sir. Thank you so much, Anna sir. I humbly welcome Mr. Girish Koski, our Managing Director and CEO, who is a visionary leader and has an exceptional way of showcasing and leading the organization. A leader par excellence, a charismatic person, a coach, a kick list, an architect, a man with his vision and mission, with career spanning more than 2 decades. His exemplar leadership is reflected in the company's achievements in the last 1 year. I would request Ms. Sulba Jagta, National Credit Head Roshni Business, to share our thanks to our MD and CEO and hand over the stage. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Sulba ma'am. It is mark of our undying tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of an important event. Let us invoke the blessings and prosperity and ignite the enlightenment. At the outset of this great cause, I would request Chandra sir to please come forward and light the ceremonial lamp. I would also request Geeta ma'am to please join us. Requesting Annie sir for lighting the lamp also. Also requesting Bali ma'am.
Can we have one picture? Ma'am?
Yes, Bali come. And now Bali, this is your branch, your center.
Can I have all to live one step to each, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Please. Is it okay?
Yes, thank you. But,
Yeah.
Babit. Where's Amit? And then if I will take one.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. Then one second.
Thank you.
If I will take.
Yeah.
Only and this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like one picture with all the ladies. Since it's a special occasion of the please come. All the ladies will come here. Come. call the branch manager. Yes, branch manager. BCM. Yes. Please come. Take one, let us take one with the branch manager and everything
Once they are down, okay.
Before we begin our evening further, would request Vishal Kaushik, our head administration, to take us through the branch tour. Ika ma'am, Chandra sir.
Yes.
It's a very small branch.
Okay, so you have all the.
This is the meeting.
How many footfalls you will have expected? Footfall would be about 30-35. This is it. And it keeps on increasing. What is it currently the busiest for Roshni? Only I think it should be.
Yes, sir.
Footfall for Roshni branch. Busiest branch.
10 to 15 people, which is Indore is currently the busiest branch, and in Chennai branch also quite busy. We have 8 to 10 customers coming in. Here the walk-in is slightly lower in affordable segment because they have a fear that we might be rejected because this being the informal segment.
Right.
So we do a lot of publicity and through connectors and through the DSPC, we invite the customers. But one thing is there, we mandatorily the customer has to visit the branch for executing the documentation. So all the customers, the applicant, co-applicant, the guarantor, everybody has to come to our branch. So only then we give them the sanction letter and the documents are getting executed. So the customer has to know, and if there is any missing, then that could be prevented. And at the same time, this Aadhaar card and everything could be matched with the customer. The frauds can be avoided. So we mandate that the customer has to visit. That is something which we have.
So when I say footfall, these are not necessarily customers who will be walking in to inquire also.
Yes,
Including that, it's only 10
it is only 10 rupees. It's not more. Because here you don't have walk-ins. So it is only 10.
In the city it's like that, but if you go to outskirts, the model of affordable is that we need to open branch in such a place, where there are a lot of footfalls. Because in this industry, the walk-ins are going to be about 40 or 50. For example, in Bombay, let's say in Malad, you have a branch very close to that. You have most of the once we get into interior locations, we'll have more branches. So that's a major channel of sourcing for the company. As long as we have branches in the outskirts. Within city, it's a challenge because we have same challenge in prime also. We have to go out and get business. Right.
Yeah, because I think those days are gone.
These are the supplies areas for the utilities.
Oh, and it's good because it's just a very practical
And this area for the relationship offices. So sales guys is plug and play. So they come, they sit over here, they do the
documentation
Yes, sir.
and then
The sales nice branch managers get it. Any customer wants to have an interaction, direct
that's
interaction.
the branch manager.
I think the typical Roshni branch is not this like this. I mean, the clothing business.
Right, so that's why
This looks like a prime right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Typical branches are.
but that's okay.
That's fine. No, that's
That's
when we'll make money.
Because the customers, they feel comfortable only if it is very
The problem is that these customers, they're tired.
Yeah.
They're not.
They won't take.
They think
Yeah,
that
that's
you're
They want to see the branch people.
They can relate.
They should relate. To the extent even our profile model, I will take.
Hang on. So we have already sanctioned one. So we thought we will sanction it.
very practical.
And we wanted to make the branch
You a lot of responsibility. You're our first Roshni.
It's the BCM
We will not change this. Because
But this year now in South.
we will reach this number will reach, and this will be the fastest TV of the world. Typically they take about 2.5 to
Please
5
come and
minutes.
sit.
Yes.
We are so sorry.
In the beginning itself.
That's fine, ma'am. That's fine.
Just put it in.
But we move forward to the agenda, sir.
Yes, something in the agenda, ma'am, we'll complete and I'll come.
I would now request Ms. Vali Shekhar to share her vision, brief and overview of Chennai and TN market. Ma'am, over to you.
So, thank you Geeta ma'am, thank you Chandrasekharan sir, and thank you MD sir for this opportunity, and I am so overwhelmed. One, with the 100 branch getting opened, and second, it being all women branch. I always proudly tell sir that all our department heads are all women. Me, Sulba, the operations, the product, the legal, everybody we are women. And so I'm very honored to have you here. So as far as if I have to talk to you about our Chennai market and Tamil Nadu market, in Chennai this is our fourth branch. So we have the branch in Ambattur Industrial Estate. We have one in Tiruvallur. We have one in Kanjipuram, and this is the fourth branch. So now Chandra sir might be seeing quizzingly why am I saying Kanjipuram in Chennai. So that is the type of urbanization which has happened in Tamil Nadu. So the pin code 6001, which is the center of Chennai, which is Mannadi. From there, this branch is 37 kilometers, and from there Kanjipuram is 57 kilometers. But what has happened is the city has expanded so highly because of all the rural population nowadays coming towards urban. And Tamil Nadu is one such market where 50% of the rural population has already come into the urban market. So this is one of the fastest market. The reasons behind this is one, the government policies were loosened very earlier, and the documents were digitalized in Tamil Nadu far earlier itself than the other markets, making more of the housing finance industries finding it lucrative to approach this particular market. And secondly, here there are a lot of factories like the Ford, the Mercedes, all these Hyundai, all these companies had their units here. So there was a lot of employment that had happened. So Chennai had to urbanize. There was no other reason that the city expanded so very fast. So this is not only about Chennai. This is overall Tamil Nadu market. It's also like that only. So now what has happened is second Tamil Nadu housing reformery has happened, and the World Bank has given $190 billion to the government last year, which is got sanctioned, majorly for the EWS and the LIG to get promoted. So EWS is, as per the government, it is any person who is earning up to 3 lakhs, and LIG is any person earning up to 6 lakhs per annum. And the housing, the square feet has to be 350 for LIG, so for EWS, economically weaker section, and the maximum loan here would be between 3.5 to 6 lakhs, and LIG would be between 12 to 15 lakhs. So that is the bracket. So Tamil Nadu government is going to build houses for the undeserved or the informal segment customers. The icing in the cake is why they have taken this reformery is they are going to have a partnership model with all the housing finance companies, where they will give 15% of the down payment from this money. So we ask customer to give some down payment. So what is going to happen is 15% will come from this government fund. We will have to fund the 85%. For that, the government will have a MOU with us also, and the tri-party would be the customer. So there will be 3 people entering into this agreement. So what happens is the government is also ready to take a part in the delinquency management also. So those talks are going on in a very advanced manner. So if it happens, it will become a very really risk-free business for us if that is going to happen. So that is on the way. And one more program which is running in Tamil Nadu is Vision 2023. Here they are building 25,000 houses in Chennai alone to make it the first slum-free city in Tamil Nadu. So that is also happening. Again, there is a lot of scope in that also. And the second slum-free, they are going into the other parts of the city. So there are 3 different programs running at 25,000 crore cost per program. So these are the 3 different programs that they are going to run. So we thought this is the right time to pitch in into this market, and we would want to expand here. So currently we have 14 branches here. So we would want to increase it to 21, 22 branches, and we are more or less into all the districts, and we are also covering all the tier 3 and tier 4 centers. So typically, sir and ma'am, tier 3, tier 4 branches, if you see, would not give me a business more than 60, 70 lakhs per month. But because the average tickets is going to be 8 to 10 lakhs, but it is going to give me the yield. So it will give me a yield of 13.5%. So today for me to sell a housing loan in Chennai market at 13% might be a challenge. Even the urban poor is educated today. So here I will have to sell at 10.5 or 10.99 or 11%. So when I want to increase the yield, I would have to go to the tier 3 and tier 4 centers. So these all reformatory programs of the government will also help us in going hand by hand. And again, the Housing for All PMAY by Shri Narendra Modi is again come. So the subsidy is going to come for us at 6.5% subsidy is also going to come for us. So all these things bringing up, it will be a good journey for us. And out of this 1,000 crores, which we are short of close to 150 crores to 1,000, 200 crores has come from Tamil Nadu for us. So this is one of the first and foremost regions to get started, and they have contributed close to 200 crores. And out of 200 crores, 100 crores has come from Chennai, these 3 branches alone. So that is the type of business we are talking about. So I think with this, we'll soon invite you for the 2,000 crore, ma'am. So 1,000 crore is going to happen this month itself. So 2,000 crore should happen very soon. So with your blessings, and we are honored to be here, and thank you so much, and thank you MD sir.
And a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, Vali ma'am, for such powerful insights about Chennai and TN market. Now I would request Mr. Anujay Saxena to please share his vision ahead for the business and outlook of the affordable segment.
Thank you, Ma. Very good morning to Chandra sir and Geeta ma'am. It's a great pleasure to have you here, and this is a big milestone for Roshni business. What I do is I'll just take a step back, and in the next couple of minutes I'll try to narrate the story that we have started in the affordable housing segment in PNB housing. So in 2021-22 financial year, we started on Project Catalyst, where the problem statement, there were 4 problem statements given. One of them was how do we grow the housing business in PNB housing. Second was how do we make it more profitable. And then third and fourth were mainly around digital transformation and the NPA, the asset book quality improvement. So the first 2 work streams, the question was, okay, how do we grow from here? 21 in the last 4-5 years were really bad for the organization. And then how do we make the business more profitable? The answer to these 2 problems was to get into affordable housing. So it was like a very clear answer that for a company like PNB Housing, for us to grow the book and more importantly to grow profitably, it was very important for us to venture into affordable housing segment, the high yielding product. And your sir and ma'am, both of you were a part of the the core group that guided us when we were laying down the strategic blueprint for this program. So from then, in August 22, finally the board approved the investment which was required to build the distribution and the org structure around it. And January 23, which was start of this calendar year, was the first month of doing business for us. We did 5 crore of disbursement in that month. From there till October we closed with our highest ever business. In fact, last 3-4 months, every month is has been the best ever month for us in terms of business volumes. So in October we have booked 145 crore of business, which has been a good journey. From within a year we are about to reach 1,000 crore of loan book size. And if you compare with our peers, 2 of the most successful affordable housing finance companies, Aadhar and Awas, they took about 2 to 3 years time to reach 1,000 crore. Some of the others like Aptus or Home First, which are again doing well right now, they took good 5 to 6 years time to reach 1,000 crore of loan book. We have achieved it within about, let's say, 9 months period. So that has been a very good start. We started with about 12 branches, probably sometime in October last year, and now in 1 year time we have reached this 100th branch. Incidentally, this was again a very good idea, and he really encouraged us to convert this 100th branch into a all-women branch here, because diversity plays an important role in this, the kind of growth that we want to take in the organization. Now, 3 important reasons why we are why we are encouraging this kind of growth in affordable housing. One, obviously, your profitability, which is high yielding business. Right now, our yield is 11.5% as compared to prime, which has been giving us 9.5% of yield. And going forward, we have a strategy in place to take it to upwards of 12.5% of yield. So that will help us in terms of improving the overall return on assets, which is very important for us right now. Second, this is a segment where we are really competitive. We can be really competitive because many of the larger banks are not catering to this segment in full. So this is where we can retain our customers for longer time. We can be really competitive in terms of providing the kind of services which is expected by this segment. And more importantly, on the product proposition and the pricing proposition side, again, we can compete really well with some of the established affordable housing finance companies in the country. And third, I think the growth, the recent report from Jefferies on the Indian housing segment, they are suggesting that next 5 to 7 years, the prime segment overall, the housing finance industry is likely to grow by 10 to 12%. However, the affordable housing segment, which is, let's say, sub 25 lakh of loan, that is expected to grow by upwards of 20%. So that's the kind of growth which is expected in next 7 years' time, with increasing urbanization, with all the government support. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is about to come back, subsidy programs are about to come back. So all these things, in a nutshell, will give us good growth. We expect to grow this business by upwards of 20% per annum. Right? Last 2 quarters we have been growing by more than 60% quarter on quarter. So that's the kind of growth, while it's on the lower base, but that's the kind of growth which has been happening. So going forward, recently the board has again, very graciously approved investment to open 60 more branches in Roshni. We have that blueprint ready. We know which all states we have to go. Right now we are present in about 10 states. In fact, APTL right now is one region for us. Overall, in the long term, we target to go up to 14 states. Those are the targeted markets for us. These states where we are present, they contribute almost about 40,000 crore plus of annual disbursement happening in the sub 25 lakh category. So the market opportunity is there. We have now distribution in place. 100 branches are there, 60 more branches. Hopefully in next 4 months' time we'll be opening. And we also have, I think in the last 1 year, we have developed a very successful operating model. So we have 3 categories of branches. We call it Ganga, Yamuna and Kaveri. Ganga branch is a bigger branch, which gives us about upwards of 3 crore of business per month. That's what the expectation is. Yamuna is expected to give us around 2 crore of business per month. And Kaveri branches are really small. These branches are likely to give us about 70 to 90 lakh of business per month.
Category is this one?
This is Yamuna Valley.
This is Ganga.
This is Ganga.
The Ganga itself is this business.
Yeah. So Ganga typically is expected to give us 3 crore of business, average ticket size of about 10 to 15 lakh. So about 25 to 30 disbursements happening. And as Vali said, the operating model is such that we invite customers in the branch to take disbursements. So therefore we always have some meeting rooms in the branch. Otherwise we just have workstations where people can come and sit and interact with the customers. So that's the way we are growing. Going forward, one promise from our side, from the management team side, with the continued focus on profitability, we will grow this business to greater heights, and this business will definitely start contributing to the overall profitability profile of PNB Housing. So that's the way we want to grow this business, and thank you so much. The board has been really supportive, making these kind of investments, opening 100 branches in 1 year, less than 1 year, and then hopefully we'll be opening 100 more branches in the next 1 year. This is a big investment, and we really are thankful to the board, and we promise to the board that we will give the required return on this investment very soon. Thank you so much.
Great job.
Thank you. I prepared a long speech, but I'm not going to speak that out. But it's really a great pleasure for me to be talking to you this morning on this momentous occasion. I call this momentous because what this is a 100th branch. That's besides the point. But what you all are embarking as PNB Housing is truly remarkable. The first and foremost I really want to touch upon is the nation building initiative. India talks about being the fastest growing economy in the world, and the demographic dividend that the country enjoys will take us further along. But all this is still a pipe dream, right? For us to realize, a lot more need to happen at the ground level. Professor Prahlad that pointed out, if the bottom of the pyramid doesn't grow and participate in the larger economic development, then whatever we are talking about will never be able to realize. Right? So I think from that point of view, from a nation building point of view, making housing affordable, accessible for middle class, lower middle class strata of the society is very, very important. So that's why I said, this is a very, very key initiative from the company point of view to participate in the economic development of the country. The second, I'm sure many of you have already talked about, it's a 100th branch. From a PNB housing point of view, I've been on the board for about 8 years now. We haven't had a better time in the last 8 years. At least I have not seen. Right? So it's a great opportunity for all of us to continue to press the accelerator and grow the organization even faster. And for that, this affordable housing business segment is going to be a very key component. Right? And so it's a privilege for me to be, and it also for us to be part of this 100th branch, which is really a landmark milestone event. So it's really a privilege for me to be here. And affordable segment, as Valli and Ajay pointed out, is the fastest growing segment for the company, and I believe it's for the industry also. It's the fastest growing segment from a PNB housing point of view. So it's really a pleasure for all of us to be here on this wonderful day. And from the bottom of my heart, what really excites me is the all-women branch, right? We have heard about all-women hotels, all-women flights, all-women police stations, but that is the first time I heard about all-women branch, particularly on housing finance. So that really, I'm personally very, very excited to be with all of you in inaugurating this all-women branch. It is the women's participation in the economic development is very, very key, right? I come from the IT industry where I think the percentage of women workforce is about 35-36%. And if I look at the financial services industry, it is still only about 21-22% right here. Right? So it's still a long way to go. And why it's important for women to be part of the ecosystem is really multifold. When you have women in the organization, the culture, the productivity, the focus, everything is improved. Right? And having women empowered to participate in the financial sector, it's going to do the community the larger good. So from multiple points of view, having this all-women organization branch is not only key for PNB Housing. I'm sure a lot of other organizations will take the cue from here and open up similar branches, and it will do larger good for their companies as well as for people. So I'm really very pleased to be here with all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Once again, thanks a lot, Chandra. Now requesting Geeta Nair to share her thoughts and inspiration with us. Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me. Firstly, I have to say I'm absolutely delighted to be here. Gender parity and gender growth is something which is very dear to my heart. When I was coming up, Amit said to me, it's a small branch. I said it's a small branch but a very big endeavor. Because I think we are embarking on something which is a great path forward to ensure that we're going to grow this organization in many different ways. I think Chandra
will agree with me that the one thing that we are proudest of the board is the fact that we've hired Girish, and he is transforming the organization in many ways. Very importantly on the financial parameters, but also very importantly in terms of the culture and the diversity. And we leave him with a responsibility not just of growing the organization in many aspects, but also of taking it forward in hiring many more women, having a much more diverse organization, and having something, embedding a culture which is truly egalitarian. He's begun very well. We have some great hires as Vati, Veena, etc., and many others out there. So I think that's been something which is delightful, and I'm glad to see that he focuses on an equal path on both ways. I think what is also important, and what I will say to most of the women and men here as well, is what's very important is we leave a better world. Beyond PNB housing, beyond anything else, we leave a better world. And you cannot have a better world where you have women not participating equally. What are you leaving for your daughters? What are you leaving for the future generations? Each of us needs to stand up and be counted and to make even the slightest difference. Very often women tell me that, oh, we're just beginning. We don't really have that opportunity. What am I going to do? But each of us has a privilege. The mere fact that you're out there, you have a job, there are many women who don't have that education, there are many women who are not allowed to go out there. Each of us is a role model for somebody in a small way, as to are the men who are encouraging the women to go out there and to make sure that they're facing a better world. So we clearly need to hire more, and I'm absolutely delighted with Vali's performance. 1,000 crores is one aspect of it, but I think the other aspect of it is the fact that she's growing an organization with a very diverse gender pool in this thing, and giving the opportunities that people don't have at times. I think to the women, I would like to say, the one thing that I've learned from my experience in life is don't ever limit yourself. The organization will support you to reach the greatest heights. Don't believe that your goals are only going to be this branch, the next head or whatever. You go out there and look at yourself and say, I'll be the next replacement to be reached whenever you won't let it go for a long time, but whenever. Your ambitions should not be constrained by what somebody else tells you, and that works actually equally for everybody in terms of what they're looking at. All of you have the capability to a very large extent to grow yourself, and don't hinder yourself, don't limit yourself in this thing. And what I can promise you is that with Girish's support, PNB Housing and the organization will support you through various training endeavors, various other HR endeavors, various other aspects of things where we're going to help you go in many ways. And to this branch, I would say, looking forward to it being the best branch and to celebrating many more such branches and many more such milestones which have come about from this incredible team which has come up with. These are all, it may sound like, okay, somebody else has done it or not. We've done it the fastest. It's an enormous celebration, and it's a celebration of women, I'd like to say as well, in this thing. So thank you very much for inviting me, and I'm really delighted.
Actually, one point I want to mention is PNB Housing is committed for women empowerment. I'm part of the CSR committee of the board. And last couple of years, we have been supporting women entrepreneurs in villages, where they actually make spices and sell as part of their livelihood. So we have been actually supporting entrepreneurial development amongst women in rural areas for their own good. So as an organization, we are committed for doing that.
So I am talking with Amit for that. We are wanting to help them in building their own house.
Yeah.
So to them we are going to approach them. So those people will also give their homes.
It's a part of our relationship, part of our sales.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your encouragement and motivation to all of us. Now I would request our MD and CEO, Mr. Girish Koski, to share some precious words with us. Thank you, sir.
I'm very happy to inaugurate this branch This being the 100th branch, and Geeta Madam and Chandra sir both are agreed. They came all the way to inaugurate this. I think for us it's a big deal because we keep inaugurating, every other branch, every quarter. So I think that's a big deal. Getting Geeta ma'am, you and Chandra sir, and so happy it happened in Chennai because we have opened about 5-6 branches in last few days. So that this could be the 100th branch. So we had actually planned it in such a way. Very happy that today we were able to go in Chennai for affordable. Talking about affordable, I think a lot of people talk about prime being more potential than affordable. Actually, if you see the market, affordable is as equal in terms of potential. 50% is affordable and 50% is prime. Given the ticket size on prime, so people think that prime, because obviously the value is going to be higher. Numbers are going to be more in affordable, value is going to be higher in prime, and obviously everyone looks at value and not the numbers, and therefore they say prime is 65%, 70% of the entire. That's not true. It's actually 50% and 50%. In affordable, the challenge is that we are not able to reach out to people. Even today we are talking about most of the companies, affordable companies, they are focusing on metros and big cities. Actually, we should go to tier 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and rural. That no one is doing. That's a huge potential. So affordable, obviously, because India is a poor country. At least if you look at people earning 10 lakhs and above, it's hardly anything. So it's still a poor country. So a lot of scope on the developmental side. Also, it's a kind of social. Today, if you see most of the companies, they are either focused on prime or affordable. So it is not both. PNB Housing is the only company, only HFC, which has both prime and affordable under one umbrella. It's a different architecture because we can't have the same team sourcing, same team underwriting because the know-how is a little different in these two things. So we have a different architecture, collection is different, ops is different, trade is different, sourcing is different, customer segmentation is different, the branch location is different, and therefore we need to have two different architecture because then it is scalable. The challenge on prime is that they can scale very well but not profitable. The challenge on affordable is that highly profitable, you can't scale beyond a point. So both the set of companies are struggling. Either they're struggling on profitability or they're struggling on scale. Affordable on scale because after 10-12,000 of book, very difficult to scale up affordable business. On the prime side, they build a book of 70,000 crores, 1 lakh crore, but not profitable. So we have a very unique mix of both prime and affordable, where prime will help us to grow, affordable will bring in that profitability. So our plan is that in next 2 years or maybe 18 months, we want to transform all the prime branches to a semi-affordable. Actually, there are 3 segments. We have prime, we have affordable income. All the banks, SBI, Canara Bank, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, when they say affordable, they are only focusing on small ticket size. It is not the informal segment, or it is not the cash salaried segment. So when they say affordable, they only mean to say that they are focusing on 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs. So what we want to do is we want to shift the entire prime business, which is very, very competitive, to the next block, which is affordable, high sector. And our Roshni will cater to the lower unorganized and also organized to a certain extent. Cash salary, a mix of check salary and informal income. It will be a mix of all these things. So in next 2 years, once we transform this, we would never have challenge on growth. We would never have challenge on profit. So because of this, the entire industry, they are watching us very closely, very, very closely. Because while we are saying that we are pretty aggressive and affordable, we will very shortly cross 1000 by March 2000, right? Anujay?
Yes, sir.
So 2000 by March, that's the target. So this month we'll cross 1000, March is 2000. This year, the contribution from affordable till September was 9%. So I had guided, to the investors that we will be at 10%. We are already at 9%. So by March, I think we'll be at about 11.5%. So next year, incrementally, affordable is going to contribute to about 20%. So in next 6 to 8 quarters, the entire mix will change. The only challenge in affordable is that, the only way to get business is we need to open more branches. We need to invest in people. Once you have a branch, once you have people, business comes automatically. We have to only manage the process. Once we manage the process, I think there is no need. On prime, it's not like that. Sourcing is difficult. Retention is difficult. Affordable retention will be a challenge after a couple of years. But sourcing is not it. There is no competition. There are no customer dropouts while sourcing because of pricing. We have never heard that. Not in PNB. Anyway. We have never heard that. And it's not going to be addressed for next 30-40 years. So the only way how we can grow is we need to open more branches. A lot of people fail in execution. That's where the challenge is. It's very simple business. Open more branches, employ people, you will get business. Now managing that business and executing that plan is a major challenge. That is why a lot of these companies, once they cross 10,000 crores, 12,000 crores, they struggle. Then delinquency will show up, or there will be more frauds. So they will go slow. Their rate of growth will slow. So this is something which we need to very, very tactfully manage. It's not just sales. Credit has to be very, very strong. Ops has to be very, very strong. Audit has to be very, very strong. I think the control functions should be very, very strong in this business. While we grow, I think we need to strengthen this. So I think Valli, Anujay, Sulba, they're all working on this, which is why we never went to informal segment. Not that we couldn't, because last 25 years I've seen this business. We want to take a 1 year time for the team so that they settle down. Once we build a book of 1,000 crores, then we move into much riskier segments, which is more profitable, then we'll be able to manage. So now it's 60, probably I think after 6 months there might be another request to increase by another 60-70 branches. Because the investment is very less. It's hardly anything. It's only for the branch and manpower. It's hardly anything.
And we are in the growth phase.
Yeah, we are in the growth phase. Because the same investment on the prime side is going to be very, very high. I think that's the plan. In next 2 years, we want to completely transform this company into a growth and profitability oriented company, because today we have either growth or profitability. There is no mix of these. We have lot of companies which are into prime, they also do affordable. We have affordable company which also does prime. That means the same team is doing. They don't have a different, they may have a vertical, they may have a different, small lean team to source from this market, but most of the things are common. So there is a challenge. So that is what we are trying to attain. And I'm sure very soon we will hit 1,000, that is this month. And March should be 2,000. So we are also timing our performance so that there is some news or the other which excites everyone, investors, regulators, and our employees as well. So Valli has done a great job. Anujay has done a great job. It's like Valli takes care of sales and collections. Anujay takes care of product strategy, credit, and the whole stuff. So between Valli and Anujay, they manage very, very well. Sulba is the credit head, and so far so good. The target for this branch is that in 90 days, 3 months, we should cross 10 crores. Because Ganga, after 7-8 months, they would reach to a level of 3 crores. They start with 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 1 crore, 1.5 crore, and then 3. So the target for this branch, because it's heart of the city, even though it's in heart of the city, there's a lot of potential. Only thing is you won't have customer walking in, we have to go and get customers. The only difference is if we are present, let's say if we are located outskirts, customers walk in. Here customers won't walk in, we have to go and get customers. That's the only difference. So we have strengthened our sales force in this branch. 90 days, 10 crores.
How many field sales force do you have for this branch?
As of now we have planned 5. We'll increase them. And we can have 4 people, 5 people in the branch. Once we scale up, we can have 10 people in the branch. That's not an issue because sales team will be outside. So we can have, we can have a BM, we can have 2 trade managers, 2 ops managers, and we can scale up. So this branch could typically do a prime branch business. This could typically do about 7 to 8% business per branch. That's the potential.
Good. Great.
Thank you. Thanks once again.
Thanks so much, sir, for your guidance and support to us. We are really fortunate to have you with us. Now, I want to talk about sanctioning of the debtors framework, which we've been waiting, customers have been waiting. So, Roshni Loans represents PNB Housing Finance steadfast focus on financial inclusion. Roshni has a customer-oriented approach with various product features. With this motto, we stand by our commitment to fulfill home ownership dream of millions of people. Now I would request Geeta ma'am, Chandra sir to hand over the sanction letters to our customers.
You can go over there.
So Geeta ma'am, pictures.
Can you tell the name of the
No ma'am, it's okay. So Mr. Narayan Kaki. Mr. Narayan Kaki.
இந்த பக்கமா பாத்துக்கோங்க கேமரா பாத்துக்கோங்க இப்படி பக்கம் வந்துருங்க
Lady also come together.
Hold on. Okay, sir, இங்க பாருங்க ஒரு நிமிஷம். Thank you.
Uday Kumar sir. Uday Kumar sir. Uday Kumar. Uday Kumar sir. Mom. Camera button.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All the best. So we can have Valli and Anujay jointly handle.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I would request Mr. Narayanan Kaki if you can join us here.
Narayanan sir. கொஞ்சம் வாங்க.
Sir, we want you to share a few words with us. How are you feeling? Your reaction?
சார் உங்க அனுபவங்கள நீங்க எதுல ஃப்ரீயா இருக்கீங்களோ அந்த மாதிரி சொல்லலாம்.
தமிழ்ல பேசல தமிழ்ல
ஒய்ஃபு பையன் பொண்ணு நான் சென்ட்ரோஸில் ஸ்டாஃபாக இருக்கேன். எனக்கு ரொம்ப நாள் ஆசை எடுக்கணும் சார். 20 வருஷம் சர்வீஸ் இப்போதான் எனக்கு அது பொண்ணு பேசணும்.
Thank you.
in central government, he is working in a controller office. So he was wanting to construct a home since very long time. That is when he came in contact with the branch manager. So he gave the documents and thereby he got it approved. This is his wife and son and daughter. So they are thankful.
Congratulations.
So they are buying a plot and they are going to construct the house in that.
Very good.
Very good. All the best.
All the best. Congratulations.
Mariam Francis.
Thank you.
అవసరం లేదండి కొన్ని పీఠాలను పాటు పని ఎంత అవసరం ఉన్నామో అవన్నీ కూడా మన కష్టాలు డేటా எல்லாமே
வேறு எத்தனை பிரான்ச் ட்ரை பண்ணீங்க? வேறு எத்தனை கம்பெனி?
பக்கத்தில் கன்வெர்ட் வந்து இதெல்லாம் டீல
All the best. All the best.
ஸ்டீல் மாதம்
So ma'am, they have a steel business. They are dealing with steel. He's a self-employed.
Okay.
So they were wanting to buy a house since long time. They approached the banks. They had approached Canara Bank and Repco. The interest rates, they were not finding it convenient. So they have approached us and they are saying the process was easy. So he said, he's in business more than 10 years.
He's very like your every company.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kumar.
ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் சார், ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம்.
உதயகுமார்
உதயகுமார் உள்ள இருக்காங்களா?
மேம் உள்ள இருக்காங்க.
இங்கேயா? அந்த इनको लेके चले जाओ। हाँ ओके। मेरे सोने
They will carry
Our heartfelt gratitude for our eminent and distinguished board members. Now I would request Giri sir to please join us here for felicitation of Chandra sir.
No, sir, this is for the inauguration. Thank you.
Yes, it is that. Gita ma'am, thanks Lord ma'am, thanks sir. Thank you so Well, we have come to an end of this beautiful inauguration ceremony, and I hope you all enjoyed this event as much as I enjoyed hosting it for all of you. It's indeed an honor to be part of this event. Once again, thank you so much everyone for joining us to celebrate this prestigious, beautiful moment. And to present the vote of thanks, I would now request Ms. Veena Kamal, our Assistant Company Secretary, to join us here and share her vote of thanks for our Honorable Chief Guest for the evening.
First of all, I thank Ms. Veena Nair for taking out time from her busy schedule and accepting our invitation for inauguration of this branch. And Madam has travelled all the way from Mumbai for this event. Thank you, Madam, for doubling our excitement. And Madam, your thought on gender parity, women participation to make the world a better place and financial improvement amazing. And we strive towards taking forward the company's core values and building a strong culture where we want more and more women entry. Then I thank Chandrasekharan for accepting our request on being here with us on this special occasion. And sir, it was wonderful to understand your thoughts on starting from the nation building initiative, inclusive of support to affordable segment, and importance of women empowerment, financial empowerment, and overall well-being. Thank you so much. And I thank MD sir for explaining our strategy towards the growth of affordable segment and all the support guidance and leading us to reach at this stage of 100th Roshni branch and encouraging us to implement this first women-only branch in the organization. It's our privilege that the 100th branch and all-women branch has been inaugurated with 3 eminent directors of our company, and we are witnessing this. I also appreciate the efforts put in by Malli, Anujay, Amit, Vishal, Bhavya, Prabhu, Uma, and our teams of HR, media, and admin for implementing this, the thought of pink branch and leading diversity agenda from the front. And Team Tambaram is lucky to be a part of this milestone branch. The growth and progress of this branch will be keenly watched by all of us. And I'm sure we'll meet our expectations of, as just every record, of 100 crores in 3 months. So we'll be looking forward to the success stories of 10 crores in 3 months. Sorry. 10 crores in 3 months. So we'll be looking forward to the success stories of this branch. And my heartfelt thanks to Vijay, Lokanathan, the Riffraff team, and one and all who have made this place a beautiful one and made this program a grand success. Thank you.
ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದೇನು ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು
कमाल भैया कहाँ है?
So in last 1 year we've been trying to transform the company. So we have entered into a new segment called affordable. So we call it as Roshni. In last 1 year we have opened 100 branches. So today inauguration, this branch is the 100th branch. So in last 1 year we have opened 100 branches. The plan for next 3 to 4 months, so before February we will be opening another 60 branches. The reason why we are so gung-ho about affordable is that if you look at the entire industry, affordable industry is growing at a much faster pace than prime. There are two segments, prime and affordable. We already have 100 branches on the prime side. We started affordable business about 8 months back, and very soon we'll be hitting a book of 1,000 crores. And this 1,000 crores will be one of the fastest. In fact, we will be one of the fastest to reach a book of 1,000 crores. We see a lot of opportunity. We've seen good traction. We want to take this forward, and therefore we are expanding by opening 60 more branches, which will be ready in next 3.5 to 4 months time. I think that is our plan. This branch in Chennai is the 4th branch, and this is the 100th branch in affordable. This is also all women branch. So this branch will be manned by only women, and we cater to all types of customers. So that is the idea of being here.
So about the average ticket size loan disposed here and the housing loan segment itself, it's a competitive one. So how do you look at it?
Yeah, so in fact on the Roshni side, our ticket size is going to be about 15 to 16 lakhs. Talking about competition, the competition was there even 4 decades back, 5 decades back. Competition even today it's there. It's going to be there even 1 decade down the line, 2 decades down the line. But having said that, on Roshni, we see, when you talk about affordable, the competition is, forget competition, it is actually trying to reach out to people who are in need of finance for either constructing or purchasing a house. So there is competition, but not in this segment. In this segment, it is more of trying to bridge that gap, because there is a lot of gap in terms of customers having access to credit. So we want to pitch in there as PNB Housing. We want to ensure that we try to help people who are in need of funds to acquire a property or to construct a house, and also participate in some form in the nation building. There is not much competition. The market is quite huge, robust demand, and we also not just open branches in big towns. We also go to small towns, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, small towns, so that we can try and extend whatever is possible from PNB Housing to try and help customers acquire the property.
So about the giving loans to the land, it's that.
Yeah, we have multiple products.
And we're very pleased.
So looking at the home loan sector, how do you see the overall Indian?
I think there's tremendous potential in the home loan sector. As we can see, the Prime Minister and is committed to growing affordable housing. The entire economy is growing at a certain pace, which is lending itself to growth in the home loan sector across many avenues, across prime, across affordable housing, across salaries, etc. So it's a very promising future for this.
Thank you. Lunch is ready. Everything is ready. Just show the
serve everyone. So we can start now.
Any technical line taken?
I said, all brands were listening there. Must remember that. Because it is a great endeavor. That's the most important thing. That it is an endeavor which is, and the fact that you not they actually help change mindsets in terms of and it empowers.
They will carry it along with them, but we will separate bags together. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾವು வாங்கியிருந்தோம்னா கண்டிப்பாக closed up. புஷ் பண்ணு லஞ்ச் போடுவோம் லஞ்ச் போகிறாங்க ஜஸ்ட் ரிமூவ் திஸ் இது ரிமூவ் பண்ணிட்டு இது புஷ் பண்ணுங்க So what to do now?
Wait.